It is currently 3 in the morning. I can't sleep. I have a download and a video wants to be made. And before you ask me, no, I did not put on makeup. I slept with makeup because I was so tired I passed out. Okay, so this download is this, which is that came to me. It's that, are you making your decisions based on fear or love? Because the results that you get and the reactions that you get from the world will be a direct reflection of the energy with which you made those decisions. And I realize this because every time I do something that is fear driven, I get a negative reaction. Every time I do something that is driven from love or passion or excitement, I get a good outcome and a good result. And I was also reflecting on some things that I've seen my friends do, and I was like, are they acting from fear or love? And I realized that certain things in my life happened where I was like, I was wondering why certain relationships being out of my life is actually protection. Because if you watched my previous video, I mentioned something that called light language, and I started to record myself speaking that, and I started to listen to myself speaking that. And one of the first things I did was protection, and I was so shocked because once I listened to that, certain relationships fell out of my life, and I was like, why is this protection? These people seem like they're helping me. But what I realized is they were acting out of fear. When you act out of fear, you are not actually doing the best for yourself or anyone else, because the energy you put out is the energy you're going to get back. As above, so below, as within, so without. What you put out is what you get back. Each time I've made a decision out of fear, something negative has happened. I've never had a positive outcome or a positive result acting out of fear. And I'm sorry if I'm tired. Okay, it's 3 in the morning right now, but I cannot sleep. I woke up at 2 a.m. I've just been rolling around in bed, and just these thoughts came to my brain. And one thing I want to start doing more of is mixing videos with where I share with you videos that I want to watch. Because sometimes, yes, I watch my own videos because there are things that I want to share with you that I would literally share. Like, I do this thing where I talk to myself. So like, I'll take my phone and I'll speak to myself into the camera, and then I'll watch as a reminder for myself. So I want to share more with you the kind of stuff that I would basically tell myself. So this is a video like that. It's a video that I would tell myself, which is just like normally would never get shared, but I want to share it in case it's something that can be helpful. Because it's so good to be aware of this. No matter where you are in life, no matter what you are doing, simply take an audit of your actions. Take an audit of which place are you acting from. And another thing is, like, if you have certain fears or anxieties, it's normal to have them. The most important thing is to not act on it. One more thing I learned recently is I've started to notice certain energetic signatures in my own body, like my own intuition. And this ties in because each time I had like an anxiety or fear before doing something, not fear, but like anxiety before doing something, if I chose to do it anyways, I chose to do it out of fear, out of scarcity, out of like, oh my God, I have to do this, right? Each time I've done that, it's always been a very jarring and a negative experience for me. And I learned that if you do something, do it because it's what you want to do from love, not because you're scared of something. Don't give in to this whole fear mongering, because you know what? God got you. No matter what happens in this life, no matter where you are, God got you. I was doing a meditation most recently, and this is what really came to me, and I want to share this with you in case you're questioning this. It's just a reminder, because you already know this. You already know that you are safe and you are protected, mostly because the way you define safety can be rooted in certain physical things. The way you define safety can be rooted in, like, I don't know, it's just, it can be the most basic things that you're not aware of. And if your sense of safety is threatened, you can feel fear and anxiety. But it's not because you are objectively not okay. It's just because you are putting safety onto certain things. You are projecting safety onto things that are not actually vital for your survival. Because at the end of the day, we're not just here to survive. We're here to experience life to grow, and to essentially just become the best versions of ourselves, okay? And sometimes you're not gonna get there the safe way. Sometimes you will have to take risks. Sometimes you will have to not be safe, because sometimes that's the test. The test is, can you be okay? Are you willing to be okay with taking the risk and counting on yourself and doing what you know is right to do from love and not giving in to fear? It's something that I used to kind of talk about more in the past, or think about more in the past, love versus fear, because it's so powerful. Love is the best antidote to fear. Love for yourself, love for others. And I'm not here to preach, okay? I'm not here to preach. Literally, this is a video I would make for myself and not share it, but I'm gonna share it because I feel like what's the point of me just hogging all of this information, okay? And my channel might be more of a mix of painting and talking and just these kind of transmissions. I'm still figuring it out, okay? I'm just going one step at a time, because sometimes that's the only thing we know. The only thing we know is literally the next step. Sometimes that's all you have, is just the next step, but that's literally enough. Okay, I know that when I paint, my videos are very long. When I don't paint, my videos are very short, but I really wanted to share this because it like hit me. Something just clicked in my brain, because certain people, and by the way, whom you hang around with is also very important. If you're hanging around people that are in fear-based, if you're hanging around people that subscribe to this whole news, this whole politics, which by the way, if you want to have that experience, it's your life. I cannot tell you what to do. But if you hang around people who subscribe to that, chances are it rubs off on you, okay? You are the people you hang around with, and it's impossible to avoid it, okay? And I noticed too, like when I'm around certain people, I'll start having thoughts, literal thoughts in my brain that are just not mine. It will be so like crazy to me, because I'll like mind my own business. I spend so much time by myself, but if I do go and hang around certain people, sometimes I go home and I have thoughts that are so out of character, sometimes literally in another language, literally in another tonality, and it's the same as the people I was hanging around. And it's so crazy to me. And we could prove this with science, with energetics, but the gist of it is, if you are hanging around people who are based in fear, who are not based in love, who make their decisions out of lack. Listen, if you make decisions out of lack, you're gonna get more of that, okay? But the point is that whom you hang around has a massive impact on you. So you wanna make sure that you are also mindful of who is around you, because they are impacting your decision making, they are impacting your life in ways you don't even know. You're not even aware of it, okay? We're not aware of those things, and sometimes we don't always have a choice. But the choice that you do have, it's important to be mindful of that too. I think that's literally all I had to say. It is still 3 in the morning. Am I gonna share this? I don't know. Part of me feels like my videos have to be at least 10 minutes long to qualify as a share. But I think it's okay if it's a little bit shorter, because this is just a quick message that, again, I would literally not share with you. I would just like talk to myself on the camera, make like 2-minute video out of this, and just put it on my track list of private videos and not ever share with anybody. But you know what? I'm just at this point hogging information. So I'm going to stop being an information hog and share this with you. And I hope that this is helpful, or just helps to remind you of something that maybe you are in your life or doing. So with that said, I'm sending you lots of love. I will probably go back to bed and try to sleep again, even though at this point, I don't know if I will. Anyways, I hope all goes well for you, and I'll see you in the next one.